This is the Triumph Speed 400, and unlike a lot of other smaller capacity bikes, Triumph's made a real statement here. There's no nonsense to it, solid build quality, elegant styling, and rider-friendly fun. The Speed 400 feels approachable for all skill levels, young or old. From the black powder coated engine cases to the gold anodized forks and the all-new TR series engine, Triumph really is carving out its own space in the smaller CC world. Now, that's all well and good on paper, but how does this actually feel in the real world? Well, there's only one way to find out. This is my very first impressions ride of the Triumph Speed 400.
So first impressions, this thing is super smooth, very comfortable, and I will say for a 400cc and the smaller cc class, the premium feel on this is super noticeable, I'm not gonna lie. This bike is super smooth, it really is, and that seat is very comfortable. But I'll tell you straight away, it's a very smooth motor, and the whole bike, obviously I've just come off of the KTM, so I'm used to having my bones rattled to the core. But for the most part, this thing, even compared to my MT-09, there's hardly any buzz. I mean, I've got it. Even when it sings, yeah, the bike hardly buzzes. And I will notice, the first thing I did notice when I sit on it, other than how comfortable the seated position is, because it really is the premium feel of these handlebars. That's a big thing that stands out for me for the smaller CC class. The premium finish on this bike is just another level, and the handlebars are sitting in such a good position. Like usually to me, the smaller CC class, the cheaper learner bikes, they feel very, very light and just very cheap and hollow, and the handlebars for some reason just feel very thin. Any of you guys that have ridden a variety of bikes will understand what I'm saying. But this feels very solid and very, very grounded. And it's definitely installing a lot of confidence in me, considering I've never ridden this thing before. Yeah, it sits so nicely. It's definitely confidence inspiring. I'm very, very impressed. Yeah, there's no way you would think that you're on a lower CC bike from the feel anyway. The fit and finish is second to none. I mean, that's a solid metal tank. You don't see that very often in this class. Just check the brakes for a second. Very, very good feel on the levers as well. Goes in hand with this handlebar feel. Oh yeah, you can really, really have fun with this. I mean, think about it. I'm keeping up with my SMCR, the 690 in front. It doesn't lack power at all. I mean, 400s for me sit in the perfect sweet spot. I mean, a 300 or 250cc will still get you into trouble and do enough for what you need on the street. But I really do find the 400 is the perfect middle ground of that lower CC with enough power that you don't feel like you're missing out too much. So I really do notice the extra oomph you get from this motor compared to a Yamaha R3, for example. But look at it. First time riding this, and I'm pretty comfortable and confident with throwing it around the corners. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could chuck it some more, but at the end of the day, these are lower seated bikes, and I think I will scrape some pegs. And I think this bike is about 3 weeks old, so I don't feel like dumping it just today. And the throttle feel is actually very, very good. It's very, you get very good feedback from the motor. You actually feel like what you're doing with your wrist is transferring to the chain and the wheel pretty damn good. Some of these cheaper bikes, shall I say, I mean, they just cut corners because they have to fit the market. But they do feel a little bit more janky when it comes to throttle feel and things like that. Not on this. This is amazing. I love it. I mean, you can probably just see how stable it is. I know the camera has stabilization, getting rid of some of the jitterness, but for me, being on the actual bike, my real life eyes, the handlebars are barely vibrating around. It's a very smooth ride, and this would definitely suit someone that is looking for daily riding or long rides. The seat is very thick, as you guys can see. Take out a duck. Typical back roads of New Zealand, you never know what you're going to get. But that's the beauty of it. But back to the the long distance daily riding side of things, this is far more comfortable and suitable for that than the KTM in front of us, for example. And to think this thing costs, I think he paid, I'm going to do this in New Zealand dollars just because that's what I work in and it's easier to do so. But I think he paid about 8,000 New Zealand dollars for this. That bike in front of us is 22.5 to 23,000. So you could buy 3 of these bikes and literally treat them as disposable objects over one of those KTMs in front of us. I'll be super honest with you with my hand on heart. If you want a sensible answer, I would rather have this if I was daily riding than the KTM in front of us, because this is far more sensible for what it is, and it's just so much more comfortable, so much less to worry about. It's a very easy motor to work on, it's super reliable, it's just simple, and that's what you need. Simple fun, you turn the key, twist the throttle, and do it with comfort, with a big grin on your face. Can't think of a better way to do it, especially for you guys that are on the learner classes or wanting to get into riding and don't want to jump straight up to the silly bikes, and you don't want to jump into anything too scary, because as much as this, as you can see, it will go if you wring its neck. Oh man, it's so comfortable. You can tame it very well and ride at a comfortable speed. Oh, I just got hit by a rock from the bike in front. That's the only thing with naked bikes. Whatever comes at you is coming at you whether you like it or not. But with the seating position on this and the way that the back of the seat flares up ever so slightly, it does hold you in place. It feels very comfortable, I'll give it that. So even though this is technically a naked bike, the way the seat has that back cowling, that really does compensate for the elements that are coming at you from front on. And I must say, I can see why everyone gives great reviews on this bike. This bike is awesome, man. I'm actually, like, not just impressed, I'm very, very impressed. As I said to my good friend Raj in front, whose bike this is, when he said he got this, I said, I have to ride it, man. I've seen nothing but good things online, and I wanted to see whether people were just blowing smoke and just making it look good, because a lot of people who do bike reviews and things, especially professionally, a lot of them do kind of BS a little bit to look good, because they don't want to let the manufacturers down too much, because a lot of them have potential partnerships and things like that. But me being a small fry in this big game, I can be brutally honest, I've got no worries about defending potential sponsorships. So with that, I'll give you my honest out of 10 rating, I guess, of what this bike has given me since I've been on it so far. And I'd give it, honestly, a solid 9.5, 9 out of 10. You always have to give a little bit of room for improvement. But for what this is, it tells you exactly what it is on the tin. It's a 400cc, comfortable, modern, retro-looking Triumph. It's got that premium feel, as I said. It's got awesome engine characteristics. The comfort is second to none. The power, I'm barely having to ring through the gears. This thing does pick up whether I'm in 4th, 5th or 6th. And unless I want to, just shift down gears just to keep it in those higher RPMs to really push it. It's got more than enough grunt for what you need. And I can only imagine if we're on normal roads, as in traffic and things like that, oh, this would be such a dream, being so smooth. I just want to mention this clutch and brake, the feel on this, it's so premium, considering it doesn't have a proper full master cylinder up here. I don't know what brakes this is running, I haven't looked into it. I don't really care, that's for the spec sheet warriors. But in terms of feel, it has very good feedback. It's got the right amount of squishiness and the right amount of feedback, and it really does feel a lot more premium than anything else in this class that I've ridden. Look at these views we're riding through as well. It's not a bad life, is it? Surely that's worth a quick like and subscribe. If this video has done anything for you in terms of the Triumph 400 segment of things, or you just enjoyed it in general, Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, it really does help the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think of the bike in general, if you've ridden it, if you want to ride it, if you want any questions answered, just let me know. But I hope this is another video that can help towards making the decision whether or not you get one of these things and whether they're good. I would, hand on heart, as I said earlier, recommend this 100% to someone who's newer to riding, even someone with a lot of experience. And just to leave it on that point of experience, as I said, my good mate up front, he's been riding for countless years. He's done the whole of Europe. He's toured more miles than I think I'll ever do in my lifetime. That guy's got more experience than anyone I think I've actually met in person in terms of clocking up Ks and miles on a bike, and this is his. So that's probably a big telling sign. So make of that what you will, but I, as someone who has ridden for a while too, I will advocate, sometimes you'll be surprised, dropping CCs on a bike gives you a lot more fun than you might think. Oh, what a wonderful day. And while we're at it, let me just wrap it up, because I'll be raving about this bike all day. So there you go, that's my first impressions of the Speed 400. I rave it very highly. It's an awesome bike. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As for me, awesome bike, very, very impressed.